But before then, I want to ask you something. Then around that time of doing the BE deals, as we wrap up, you become a millionaire and you're 34. First million in the bank, and then now you're also a wanted speaker everywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
And you attend a party in Santin.
Yeah. My life was incredibly busy. I'm an avid churchgoer. I work in ministry. Things were going very smooth
on all areas of life.
All good family. I just don't know. My brother had a small little boy who I adopted, because when I came back from the US, my brother and I very close. My late brother, very close, extremely close. So when I left, I said, I'll bring you with me when I get settled. But of course, they blocked him when his passport was stamped, so he couldn't leave the country. So he got frustrated. He ended up being a laborer. So when I came back, started a transportation business, a logistics business, and I brought him in. And unfortunately, so he had a small little boy. So I asked him if I can take the boy. So I took the boy, adopted him. He stayed with me. And when he was 17, went to school. And first year university, he was killed.
Spusiso?
Spusiso, yeah. He's in my book. So it was a difficult period in my life. And at the time, money was flowing. Everything was going good. And I started to think that I've arrived. And I started to see flames. I couldn't cope. Didn't have coping mechanism. Never talked to a shrink in my life before. Never said and poured out my heart about my emotions, about how I feel. Men don't cry type setup, So yeah, and I was at the wrong place at the wrong time. My speaking engagement was flourishing. Chief was flourishing. Just on my speaking engagements. I was making hundreds of thousands of rands. And I say it with humility, but I was. I had an agent. I had people looking for me everywhere. I was getting paid, literally getting paid, And, fast forward, wrong friends, started drinking alcohol, So when cataclysmic events takes place, they find me vulnerable to further go into the abyss. And I basically spiraled into a life of alcohol consumption, not copious amounts of. I wasn't an alcoholic. I was a
casual drinker.
Yeah, like most South Africans are, who I think they're on the border of alcoholism, but they're in denial, And I was at the wrong place at the wrong time. I'd gone to speak and I got offered, it's in my book, I got offered something I shouldn't have taken, which was crack cocaine. And at the first time, nobody goes into addiction or into drugs thinking that they'll become a drug addict. Everybody thinks that they've got this will and this power to control it. And I should know better because I worked with you. I've seen artists, I've seen people who we have referred to rehabs, people that have driven to rehabs confidentially to get their lives in order. I've seen it. I lived with Mrs. Butler and one of the kids who was an addict. So I know what it took. So, but there I was, finding myself having found a drug that was amazing. I mean, crack cocaine, my goodness. First time I took it was like I saw stars, man. It's like was raining sugar in my head.
Weren't you on the N17 when it kicked in?
No, it was on the M1.